Back here in Lagos, residents of Ogbe Close in the Iwaya area of Lagos are still in shock over the murder of a 4-year-old, number 28 of the street. More information in this report. At arrival, residents were seen in groups discussing in hushed tones. Police officers kept watch over the area, particularly the crime scene. According to information gathered, a 4-year-old girl was alleged to have been killed and offered as sacrifice at a shrine on Tuesday.
We just had the sad news over the night that, a corpse, a 4-year-old girl was slaughtered on the shrine here. So, that is how the security officers were mobilized to this site.
Overwhelmed with grief, the parents of the girl shed more light on what transpired at about 9 p.m.
My name is Iwaya Suleiman. So that yesterday, I played with them before I go out. So I give them a little money to buy biscuits, whatever, for them to eat. So then I leave them, I go out. And then I come back from work around 5 o'clock. I asked him, brother, where is your junior one? He said he went to Mox. Okay. That is why I go to Wabete in order to play. So by the time I come back around 7 o'clock, I ask him, where is your senior one? He's telling me maybe he's in the Mox. Okay. His mother asked me, where is he picking? I just thought he went to mosque. They will pray around 7 o'clock to 8. That time is around let's say to 8. Say whenever time is 8 o'clock, they will come back. They just cook yam for them in order to eat. So now come the body and has been telling him, okay, let me go and wash the plate. That whenever time they come, they will just take their own. Immediately we enter the place. Now we see the dead cock of my daughter. That is why his mother shouted, help, 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 help. Immediately I went out. I see him with the knife. They used the knife to cut his neck from that cry. So suddenly I will rush him. Maybe we can give him a heart a little. So we rush him to hospital. We carry him to one of this hospital. Abbey Road. They say it's not allowed. So they give me an emergency note to go around the hospital. By the time we reach the place, as the doctors, the way they are doing, I know it's already died. Tell me, even they won't give me another paper, I go to Ikeja. I say, no, whatever things happen, let me know here.
So that was around what time, sir?
That I carry my...
Around what time did this happen? Did you see the child?
It's let's say around 8. It's around 8 o'clock and we see the child from that sky.
So the knife was on the shrine too?
Yes.
So you didn't see who did it?
We didn't see it. All our believing that they are in mosques. I don't know. It's at the backyard. They have shook him in neck.
There was no electricity?
There was no light.
So okay, I'll ask your wife that. Okay, so what would you want government to do now?
I want to know the person, please. That person, even outside or inside, I want to know the person. I want to know the person.
How old was your baby?
It's going to 5 years. It's 4 years.
What's his name?
Farida Ayomide Sulaiman.
Thank you, sir.
They used to do the party every year.
Hold on, sir.
They will kill
No, let him talk.
They will kill like something. Sometimes they will kill a pig, fowl, and a dog, and this thing, and sheep. It's what they used to kill for it.
For the sacrifice?
For the sacrifice,
so
every year.
They've never used human being?
They never use human being.
Okay. So what's your relationship, since you already know that there's a shrine there, what's your relationship with your family and that family that has that shrine?
We have no relationship. We are tenant to them.
Okay.
So far I have nothing to do with this crime. I will just wake up, bath, go out. I don't know any. I don't have any relationship with them. I'm a tenant to them.
So did you notice, was there a strange person that came to the compound that day?
They said one woman came that yesterday. They said he want to worship the sky. He bring the fowl, two men and one lady. So after they pray inside the shrine, even they are looking for somebody that will help them to kill the fowl.
Bumi Sulaiman.
Bumi Suleiman.
Yes.
You want to speak in English or
Yoruba.
Yoruba? Okay, madam, just explain to us what happened.
Ní àná ní nǹkan bí around 5.
You speak out a bit. Please, madam.
Around 5 ni mo jáde tí mo lọ ra nǹkan tí wọ́n máa jẹ. Àwọn lọ sí lesson.
Yesterday around 5, I went out to buy what I was going to eat. My children went for lesson, 3 of them. When they got back, they dropped their bags in the house and went to Arabic school. From there, they visited my friend's place to play. They said they were not aware of the time the child left for home. By the time I arrived home, I asked the sibling where they were, and I was informed they had gone to Arabic school. So I was relaxed, since that is where they go after their lessons. When I was going to rinse my leg behind my window, because it was late and there was no light, I used the torch on my phone, and I saw blood on the floor. I thought it was a chicken killed by the Ogun worshippers. I was wondering why the blood was that much and that it could not be of a chicken. I took a close look and saw the body of my child in a pool of blood. I cried out to the neighbors for help. The father came out and saw what was happening and asked them to rush the child to the hospital. He was rejected at the first place he was taken, and the location changed to Affair Road. The same thing repeated itself. He was rejected. He was taken to an hospital at Yaba, and there he was confirmed dead. I began to think of who could have done this to me in the house. Everybody in the compound was asleep. They woke up hearing my scream. Majority of them are Igbo people. I am aware Ogun is being worshipped in the house, and I have lived there for 3 years, and they make use of chicken for their worship. I was at home. I wasn't around. The children are not supposed to be home. They go to lesson, then Arabic school, and proceed to the mosque before they finally come home.
The Commissioner of Police, Fatai Owosheni, called for calm and said the matter must be thoroughly investigated and all involved brought to book.
At about midnight, midnight yesterday, which is almost in the morning today, that the divisional police officer at Sabo called my attention to a report that a couple, Mr. Taiwo Sulaiman and his wife, they came to the station with the dead body of their daughter, who was said to be 4 years old. That was found to have been slaughtered in their house at number 28 Ugbe Close, Iwaya. And the story they had presented to the police was that this 4-year-old girl was left at home with her siblings, and that at about 1 p.m. that the 4-year-old girl went to the mosque, and they didn't see her return to the house until about 9 p.m. when both of them claimed to have gotten back home and went in search of this girl, only to be found more or less behind their window, being slaughtered at a shrine, at an Ogun shrine, behind their window. As it is with cases like that, I immediately proceeded to Sabo Division with the Commander RRS with a view to getting a clear picture of the whole thing, because the story wasn't sounding too straightforward to me. And while I was there, I asked some few questions which shows some inconsistencies in what both in what each of them was reporting, the husband and the wife. And of course, we immediately asked that the dead body be taken to the mortuary for preservation, and of course collect the knife with which the girl was slaughtered for preservation as well, so that we can do a scientific analysis of that knife. And we also proceeded to the scene of that crime. A densely populated area in Iwaya, somehow difficult to access. And looking at the whole area, it was found out that these fellows were living with that, they live with that shrine. And that calls to question as to if they've been living with that shrine with other people in that area, could it be that things have been happening that everybody had kept a conspiracy of silence? And we were made to know that the Ogun shrine belongs to the landlord of that house, who is now late, but that some other people who don't even live in that compound come there from time to time to come and worship the shrine. And that yesterday in particular, that someone who had come from time to time had also visited the place in the morning with a view to come and doing sacrifice with a chicken. And you know, in the course of talking to some of the occupants, because as of the time police got there, everybody had locked their different doors and fled. But about 10 persons were picked up there for interrogation. And in the course of interrogation, we found out that we needed to talk to the two siblings of this deceased 4-year-old girl. And one is about 11 and one is about 13. And in the course of talking to them early in the morning at about 2, 3 a.m., it was also discovered that it seems as if the children were also tutored. While one was saying this, the other one was saying that. And a lot of inconsistency came in as to whether that child actually went to the mosque, as was claimed, while it was alleged that the three of them left for lesson and thereafter for to a Quranic school. It was also found that actually it was one of the children that went for Islamic lesson, and that 4-year-old girl, nobody, the parents and the siblings, although young, was able to state clearly in whose custody was this 4-year-old girl. And that brought about a lot of questions, a lot of doubts. We also talked to some of the other occupants of the house, and on the basis of that, we feel that it is something that we need to handle diligently with a view to get into the root of that matter. But what is still worrisome is the fact that that shrine had been there for many years probably. Some of them have lived in that house for close to 10, 12 years. And if they live with the shrine there, that is to say that some other things must have been happening there, which they must have been covering, a kind of conspiracy of silence. And that explains why we've always advised our people that if they choose to cover criminals, if they choose to cover crimes, they don't know who's going to be the next victim. Because we're talking of people living with a shrine, and right behind their window, their daughter was slaughtered. We will give the whole thing all what it takes to get to the root of that matter, to uncover who is behind the whole thing. Out of all the people we have at present, the father of the girl, the parents, are also being questioned as to their own irresponsibilities. It's unacceptable that kids, toddlers, 4, 11, 13, were left on their own while both parents just disappear from the house under the guise or whatever of going to end their livelihood. One of the things we also put in place immediately is to take possession of the scene of crime by deploying overwhelmingly to the area in view of the happenings nowadays where people would want to take laws into their hands and storm the place. So right then, as from 1 a.m., we've done like sealing up the whole place so that we have the opportunity to get the scene of crime protected. Early this morning, we've also sent some of our experts in forensic with the scene of crime vehicle to the place to see other items of evidential value they could get. And we believe that we'll be able to uncover who is behind that criminal act, and at the end of the day, make the person to face justice.